Joining me is Jordan Trimble. He's the president and CEO of Skyharbour Resources. Great to see you again.
Good to see you as well.
All right, so we talked in November a couple times, talked about a lot of things. So there are some who may not have seen those. So let's update everybody on the model, which is you wholly own certain properties and you have a bunch of partner properties as well. So refresh our memory.
Yeah, so Skyharbour is a high-grade uranium exploration, an early-stage development company. All of our projects are in northern Saskatchewan in the Athabasca Basin, the highest-grade depository of uranium in the world and the #2 ranked mining district in the world by the Fraser Institute. Built up a project of these 18 portfolios over the last 10 years. One of the largest land holdings in northern Saskatchewan at about 1.2 million acres of mineral tenure. Within these projects, we have earlier stage exploration, more grassroots properties, right through to more advanced stage exploration assets that either host small resources or high-grade uranium mineralization. The two main projects, Russell Lake and Moore Lake, they're adjacent, they're co-flagship projects. These are advanced stage exploration assets that have had many, many millions of dollars invested in them historically. There's high-grade mineralization at both projects. At our Moore Lake projects, you have grades as high as 21% U3O8. The 10,000 meter drill program that we've just started is going to be mostly focused at Russell Lake. And then as a part of our dual prong strategy, which we talked about last time, we have a prospect generator business. 7 partner companies now that are actively advancing and exploring some of our secondary and tertiary projects. And these option agreements total over $70 million in combined exploration expenditure commitments, cash and share payments coming in from these other partner companies, assuming that they all earn in.
Let's stay there, and then we'll get to Moore Lake and Russell after that. But so you got approval from TSXV for the clean, the Tisdale Clean Energy deal, and so that's your biggest deal ever. You get shares up front. Ultimately, you'll get about $11 million cash and shares, whatever you decide. So give us a snapshot of that.
Yeah, so it was our largest option deal we've signed to date at what's called our South Falcon East project. So this is a advanced stage exploration project. It's got a small resource, lots of exploration upside potential at the project. It's in the southeast part of the Athabasca Basin. So we really wanted to make sure we crystallized value with the project, with the option agreement. Tisdale has come in now. They've optioned the project. We just received conditional approval from the exchange on that. We're expecting to receive final shortly. And then we will likely, in conjunction with Tisdale, announce exploration plans that they'll be funding. It's $10.5 million in exploration and then $11.6 million in cash and share payments, where they can earn up to 75% of the project.
All right, moving along to Russell Lake. So multi-phase, 10,000 meter drill program. What targets are you testing? And give us a little more flavor on the project.
Absolutely. So this is really the main catalyst for the company over the next 6 months. This is a transformational deal that we announced last year with Rio Tinto, bringing Rio in as a large shareholder of Skyharbour, a big stamp of approval for our company. Russell Lake, it's an advanced stage exploration asset that we had been negotiating on for some time. Announced the deal in the summer of last year. We spent a number of months getting the permits. We've now done a lot of work in the office to go through all the targets, the historical data. In fact, we hired a group called Condor Consulting to basically go through all of the historical geophysical and geological data, stitch it all together, re-examine it, remodel it, reinterpret it. So we now got our highest priority drill targets in hand, and we've just commenced the 10,000 meter inaugural program at the project. So it's all kind of been leading up to this. And this will take us right into May, multi-phased, as you point out. The first targets that we're drill testing is going to be follow-up work on historical drilling and exploration that was carried out there by Rio and by Hathor. And there's widely spaced drill fences, 300 to 500 meters apart, that are mineralized, but very little infill drilling in between. And when you have mineralized drill fences that are hundreds of meters apart, there's an obvious target to drill in between those. So we're doing that at what's called the Grayling Zone, and then we'll follow that up with some regional drilling at other targets at the project. And just to recap the property itself, so it's all the ground between the MacArthur River Mine, the Key Lake Mill, Denison's Wheeler River project adjacent to the west, and our Moore Lake project adjacent to the east. It also comes with the road that services the McArthur River mine that runs up through our property, power lines that are adjacent to the road, and a 40-person exploration camp that's going to help bring our drill costs down.
And then the other flagship is Moore Lake, advanced stage, high grade. And you said before, and I'm sure you'll say it again, that it has all the ingredients to host high grade uranium deposits at scale. So update us there.
Yeah, so this has been the flagship for the company for the better part of the last 6 years. We've been actively advancing and drilling it. We do have plans to continue that drilling this year. In fact, we can move the rig back and forth between Russell and Moore Lake quite easily as we stage out of the camp at Russell Lake. So we keep an eye out for additional news flow on Moore Lake. We've had success in the last few years drilling a little bit deeper into the underlying basement rocks. But as I mentioned earlier, we've had some very, very high grade drill results from this project, upwards of 21% U3O8 over 1.5 meters. We're seeing multi-percent U3O8 in these underlying basement rocks and zones as well. So yeah, it's got all the right ingredients for additional high grade discoveries at it.
And lastly, Jordan, for investors, what are the catalysts that are going to move the needle maybe on the stock this year?
Yeah, the biggest thing is drilling. So this 10,000 meter drill program that we're fully funded for, fully permitted for, just started at Russell. That'll be the main catalyst. We can look to expand that program. We're well funded right now. So that'll be the big catalyst in the next few months. But we also have, through these various option partners and joint venture partners, a number of these partner companies that are going to be drilling here in the next 6 to 12 months. We're expecting somewhere between 20 to 30,000 meters of additional drilling from these partner companies. So that's 30 to 40,000 meters of combined drilling over the next 12 to 18 months, a significant amount across a number of different projects. So it really offers our investors exposure, not just to the 1 or 2 main projects that we're advancing, but to half a dozen projects scattered throughout the Athabasca Basin.
They can expect a steady news flow, I'm sure, in 23.
Absolutely steady news flow from us at Russell and Moore, as well as steady news flow from the partners, and keep an eye out for additional joint venture and option deals being announced as well.
Great stuff. Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you.
All right, he crammed a lot of information in there. Great stuff from Jordan Trimble, CEO of Skyharbour Resources.